Good evening, everybody. If that doesn't get you out of your chair, then just go back to sleep, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow or next weekend, or week. But good evening, everybody. Here we go. This,
you know what?
All right.
Last week I called for more cowbell, but this week needed more cowbell.
We need a new cowbell. We just got it, and man, that was great. Hey, listen, everybody. This is our 50th show. There, check out Molson. What's that? A little bit of Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. We can mimic cowbell with, if you drink enough Daniels, anything will sound like a cowbell.
How did they sneak in some Jack Daniels over the border?
Hey, Tennessee whiskey at its finest.
That's right. Did Carlos drop that in on you or something? Little parachute. Hey, listen, everybody. We got a great show tonight. Big hello to everybody in the chat. A lot of our dedicated friends and veterans are here. I don't want to say old because that's insulting. So we'll just say veterans. I see some new people in here. So welcome aboard. This is our 50th show. We got a lot of fun things planned tonight.
50?
If you're 50 weeks there, beer snack. 50 times they've seen this mug, your mug, Joe Brett's mug, Steve's mug. The only mug that's missing,
there's still an episode that's still not listed.
The only mug you're not going to see tonight is Shane. Shane's got to work tonight. He drew the short straw. He's something about he has to go de-ice the planes. He has to kick the rubber on the tires. I don't know. He's got to do luggage. He's doing a whole bunch of things. So,
he's got the lab service. Got it. Okay.
But we're going to talk about him.
Listen, guys, that's not Izzo. He came on before the show just to say hi.
Yeah,
and
we saw where he was. We saw where he was.
Yeah, it was a training room for CPR at work. And
he said he was volunteering.
He said he was volunteering as one of the CPR dummies.
He was straddling a dummy or a mannequin. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I don't want to hear about
putting on lip balm.
Tiger.
He was getting ready.
No. He kicked one of the dummies out of the way. He laid down on the mat. That's what he was doing. Anyway,
and they were going to work on him. Annie said, move over there, Shane.
There's Shane in the chat. So what do you want to say? What's up, Shane? Love you. I miss you.
What happened? Someone said Beetlejuice a couple times.
Right.
So real quick with that opening music, we had a request to pay our music guy a little more. Shane, we're doubling your salary. All right.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to let you know.
Absolutely. 0 times 3 is 0. So
no negotiation.
Speaking of music, guys, give me 1 second here. This is a priority message. All right. I was asking this week. I asked last week too. I have not seen our friend Aussie Ham Radio. So Aussie Ham Radio, if you're listening on the podcast or afterwards, hit us up. Miss you.
Yes.
And if any of you guys have talked to him, let him know that his ugly mug is missed here.
Get your butt over here on Tuesday night. So
right.
Yeah.
For those of you who are listening and watching us on Twitter and following us on through our Twitter, through the Ham Radio Clubhouse on Twitter, thank you. We enjoy the tweets on a daily basis, and and this entire Ham fam, everything's been doing good. If you're listening on the podcast, if this is the first time you're listening to us, or maybe not, if you're a regular podcast listener, thank you. But most importantly, if this is your first time, Beer Snack, you want to just let them know what happened.
We're not responsible. We never have been. We never will be.
That's the small print. That's the small print that you can't see. So just be careful. For those who want to support us, hey, listen, you could do. We are now opened up for super chats. If you want to buy us a coffee, beer, cigars, whatever. You guys know the links to support us financially. And which is going to segue to what I want everyone to know of why we're going to take your dollars and we're going to turn it around and do something really fantastic thanks to you guys. So Ham Radio Clubhouse, we have our 1,000 giveaway coming up at the end of the month. So this is March 1st. I hope everyone said rabbit this morning, so everyone can have, if you believe in spiritual good luck or whatever, rabbit. But at the end of the month, we're going to be doing a giveaway of some Ham Radio equipment. So Steve is probably saying, "Hey Don, how do I sign up? How do I get myself involved? What do I got to do?" And the answer is really simple. Just go to our website, Ham Radio Clubhouse. You'll see on the homepage, it's just a really simple, just fill in your name, follow the criteria, tell us something, why you want it, why you want us to be considered. And then we're going to send all that stuff to a highly sophisticated team is going to be reviewing everything. And
Yeah, so
Shane.
So Izzo, we don't want to know, hey, I want the radio. We want to know about you. Tell us how long you've been operating. Tell us what you want in
Mike.
the hobby, where you want to go.
Yes.
And
butter us up. Listen, you don't have to say that I'm the best good-looking guy over here and Molson's ugly. Please don't. We don't need those kind of comments, even though we know they're true. If you want to see Molson wear another color T-shirt other than black, no, that's not what this is about. Seriously, tell us why you need this equipment, what you're going to do with it. Just be yourself. Be yourself, and
this ain't no random drawing.
Yeah, share your story.
Share your story. Thank you, Shane. Oh, look, we got Daniel. We got Molson all teared up.
What happened? What happened? All right, Molson, you're not the ugliest guy here. You're the most handsome.
Thanks, Ed.
Because I saw pictures of you from the 80s and 90s, and you were one handsome guy. You still are, Molson. So,
no, I'm not upset that you called me ugly. You used my wrong pronoun. Okay, so no, I'm okay.
Wow, that's where we're going.
Sensitivity training.
I'm joking. I take offense that you called me ugly. Usually people call me like ugly bastard, but it's okay. Anyway, how was your week, Don?
Today was one of those days where at work everybody was not being very good, and some people just had to be reminded of the laws that we have, and some people abided by those rules and regulations, and others did not. And it was just a very, very busy day. Today was my Friday, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I get 2 days off. So I'm good, and I'm thinking maybe Thursday. I don't want to jinx it because last week when I said this, I never made it out to a POTUS site. So I'm looking potentially for Thursday, but I don't want to jinx myself. So
nice, awesome.
Joe Brett, what about you? What do you got going on in that life of yours?
I was waiting for Beer Snack to go full screen. Thank you, whoever that buy me a coffee was.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't hear it go off.
I heard it go off. Yeah.
You know what? So, I'm staring over here at the chat. So
I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now. I just released last night my last repeater book video, and I don't have any more saved up. So I got to come up with some kind of junk around the shack. I still got to do my 1,000 subs giveaway myself. Got to get on that. Pick a day to go live someday and hang out with everybody. There goes one.
There goes one. Oh, our buddy Shaq and Greg. Jack and Greg. Greg, I don't care what they say about you. You are consistent, and you're a good guy. I don't care if you are running from the law. You're still a good guy for me, Greg.
It was Steve. Steve E bought 5 beers, and he said, "For the cause."
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's always.
Speaking of Shaq and Greg, I don't know if you guys saw it, but on the Discord, I put up a video of his brother Norm. I found a video of Norm in the Wild on TikTok of all things, because it's addictive to watch that thing, especially with our guest today. I was on TikTok more trying to figure out more about this person, and I have a bone to pick with her. We're going to talk about that when she comes in.
Oh, she's going to get the Molson rant, isn't she?
She's going to get the Molson rant, and I told her, I'm not going to bite, but hey, we got to talk about this. Anyways, but there's a video I think I put under Tavern of Norm. Yes, it is, and maybe I'll share it later because I think it's just too funny. All right. Anyways, Joe Brett, you have 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yeah, we're past that.
What about you, Beer Snack? What about you? Yeah, just say hi.
Listen,
FT80.
Contrary to popular belief, all right, I have not dropped off the face of the planet. I know I haven't been active in Discord. I know I haven't been active on YouTube. ever. You'll find me Tuesdays, you'll find me Thursdays. It's about it. And maybe Thursdays, because last week I fell asleep and this week I have something going on. So who knows? But enjoy the FT8 off Thursdays. It's always fun. And yes, this is a 3-letter F word that everybody should know, and everybody should know that I enjoy saying. So fun.
So your daddy took the T-bird away. There you go. Steve, brother
What's
Steve. What do you got
What's
going on?
Oh, we got another one.
I heard
It's
another
not
one.
popping. Sound's not coming through.
TC
Fitz.
Fitz.
Fitz, thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Well, it's either the sound's coming through or somebody's drinking a lot of beer because I keep on hearing a can pop open.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Your snack is coming through for us.
Thank you.
Ah, you know why? Because I changed the audio settings because I was going to play something later and I forgot to.
Oops. Okay.
Steve,
there
what do
it
you
is.
got going on, man? You building a tower? What are you doing? Doing a
So,
motorcycle ride?
well, actually, my tire just came in for the motorcycle. I picked up a screw back in January, and the first tire they sent me was 3 years old. So, yeah, that's not going to fly for me. New tire came in yesterday. Should be mounted tomorrow. I'll have it back on the bike for this weekend. But I am actually renting a tractor this weekend to spread out the mulch that's left over from my trees that I had removed.
Manure.
I was going to say, you could have saved that old tire, you know, that one tire. You could have hung it from one of those trees that you cut down.
What trees? Hey, 2 of those trees had heart rot, so they were going to come down on the house.
One way or another. Mother Nature was going to take them down, right?
And they would have landed on the tower that's going to go up eventually. I'm going to go ahead and dig the hole since I got the tractor. But and I have 3 videos rendered. Just getting ready to hit the button on those. I'm not going to blow them all at once. I will space them.
You're not going to pull a Joe Brett?
No. I still have the POTA outing I did with Izzo to edit. That one's going to take a while because that was 100 contacts plus. So
Just put it on high speed and let it go.
Yeah, just let it
Yeah.
go.
of course, you know, when I had the Azores and Alaska, I didn't have the camera running.
I figure. So that's how it always happens.
Nice.
It's all good.
Hey guys, you know, we were talking about TikTok, and I've been getting a little bit more into TikTok and various stuff. Who here, out of the 5 of us, who here goes on TikTok? Let's just say either once a day or 5 times a week, whatever.
Listen, I go on for once an hour for about an hour.
Right.
Yeah. I got to go grab a beer. I'll be right back.
All right. Now, Joe Brett, why don't you tell everybody about your TikTok account? Because we know the story of how you got Shane on it. Now Shane's kicking your ass on TikTok, but let's just get your number. Shane's taking care of work right now. So now here's your opportunity, Joe Brett.
I don't even remember what my TikTok is. I mean,
come on.
I think it's got my call sign in it, something like that. I don't know. You know, type in my call sign, it should pop up.
You'll find Joe Brett.
Speaking of TikTok, don't we have somebody here who specializes in TikTok?
You know, this is
I've been watching it back here.
It was amazing. I spent a good portion of the day in between the nonsense and the craziness at work. Let's just get her on. Natalie, Natalie, say hello. Everybody. Oh, hang on.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Hey.
Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So everyone, this is Natalie Gray. She goes by Glam Ham Radio there on TikTok. And now, what made you get on? Why TikTok, Natalie? Did you start with anything else first?
I have my partner of 14 years is actually a pretty big TikToker. We both hail from the ranks of comedy, and we met 14 years ago doing stand-up comedy, actually at a bowling alley. So it was really a big gig for us. And he is a voiceover artist, and he on TikTok, I should know this, but he has a couple of handles for his social media. I think he's official Jason Anthony. And he's got like about 600,000 followers. And he kept saying to me, you want to get on TikTok. For like a year, he was saying to me, "You want to get on TikTok? You want to get on TikTok?" And I was like, "Well, all I'm interested in is ham radio." And he was like, "Well, do that on TikTok." So I literally put my first video up on December the 17th last year, and it just kind of went pop, and I just loved the community straight away. It was very different than other social media platforms in that I find there's not the hate there. I mean, I used to be, as a comedian, I used to be on Twitter, and I find that I'm not on Twitter anymore, and it's just too dicey for comedians. I mean, you can literally lose a job through tweeting and it being misinterpreted. So I sort of abandoned that, and I found a lovely community of people on TikTok, sort of no egos, everybody very supportive, and I've been to a bunch of ham stuff already and met fellow social media people, like YouTubers and stuff, and everybody's just lovely. So I've been trying to spread the word about ham radio on TikTok. That was my mission. I thought this is a great hobby. Also noticed there's very, very few women in the hobby. So I have a little angle there to try and let people see. So when I meet fellow females, someone bought 5 beers.
Someone bought 5 beers.
Thank you, Mr. or Miss Someone.
But yeah, so that's been my MO, is just trying to share the glory of ham radio.
Natalie, now when you have your idea and you shoot it, are you editing, or is it just a one time? It is the audience is going to get me one time. That's it, and we're just going to do an upload, or does it depend on the material, what came out of the scenario, how you liked yourself, or do you just say screw it and upload it and go?
Well, excellent question, because I'll be honest, like yourselves, I've had other forums of social media. I've had a podcast and different sort of things. And one of the issues I faced was being a perfectionist, and it would really inhibit me putting stuff up. And that's why I held off TikTok for so long, is because I would think, oh, it's got to be perfect. And I just wouldn't do anything. And my partner was just like, you have to put something up. Something is better than nothing, and just get over the perfectionism. So I just sort of took a deep breath and decided I would not wait for things to be perfect. So when I went to my first ham thing, I just started shooting clips. And then I would save the clips.
Hold on. AJK is correct, I think.
So I would shoot a bunch of stuff on my iPhone, and then after the fact, I'd just very hurriedly mishmash it together to put a TikTok up. I don't have a very great workflow now. It's kind of like, go shoot a bunch of stuff at a ham fest and then edit it when you have.
So what came first? You getting interested in ham radio and getting licensed? And did you get licensed here, or did you get licensed where you were? Where were you?
Well, I'm originally from England, and then Canada, and then the US. And when the pandemic hit, like a lot of people, I think I started to get an interest in emergency communications. I just think you start to have a bit of a wake up when things go wrong in the world, and you suddenly realize, wow, here we are out of toilet paper and we're in a frenzy. What happens if our cell towers go down, And so I had multiple reasons why I was interested in ham radio. Plus, like everyone else, I was locked down in my house for an indefinite period of time. And so I just started Googling, ham radio communications. And then the other thing was, did you guys feel when the pandemic hit, because I can only speak for myself, did you feel this profound urge to try and help in some way with the situation, like volunteering, or no?
I just made sure I had plenty of cigars. That's all I cared about.
Okay.
But we started. So our story was we were hanging out on Discord, and we were just like the 6 of us. We were just talking, and then somebody had a stupid idea who said, hey, why don't we bring this to YouTube and see what happens? And boom, we just had to stop saying the F-bomb and maybe a few other things, whatever. But thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
So Natalie, so you were a TikToker first before?
No, definitely not. No, I'm like such a new TikToker. But so it was the beginning of 2020 when the pandemic hit, and maybe it's a girl thing. I was like, oh my God, how do I help? So I started doing ultra girl thing. I was sewing bonnets for nurses, and I sewed like about 174 items of PPE, and I was having nurses come by my house, and we would all have our masks on and do the deal like drug trades, except it was masks and bonnets. And then they suddenly didn't need bonnets anymore, and I found this app. Have you heard of this app, Hamsphere? Has anybody heard of that?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Heard of it, but not fully aware of what it is.
Well, it's an awesome app for anyone who's watching or who may watch. You don't need a ham radio license. So it's an incredible way to get your feet wet transmitting as a ham operator. You get the app, they give you a 30-day trial, they assign you a call sign, and you can listen, and it's just like real ham radio, but it's on your cell phone, and you hear people doing all the lingo. And then, of course, when you're ready, you can dive in with your issued call sign. So I did that, and I was by myself in the house. My partner was away in England at the time, so I was all by myself with the pandemic hitting. Everything was nuts. And I had this app listening to ham radio operators. And I could, you know, when you just get the white noise, the static?
Yep.
I found that so soothing. And I would just put the app on and listen, and it would give you the scope where you could see the waterfall of where there was going to be a transmission. And I'd press, and I was like so stoked as a non-ham operator then to hear someone. And what was incredible is the world was going nuts, and I would hear these different accents. So I'd hear someone from India talking to someone in Australia, and there was this incredible sense of global community, and everyone was in it together.
You actually have a TikTok. Excuse me, 1 second. You have, I challenge everybody who's listening. If you're not on TikTok, get on TikTok, follow her, as well as follow Joe Brett and follow. But Natalie, you actually have a very good, upload about that, of how we're all. It's so many countries do ham radio, and it's the one thing we can do is to be able to converse, minus the politics and minus difference of opinions. And you know, so that hit home when I saw that one today. When I watched that, I want to thank you for that. That was really, you really took probably what a lot of us want to say, try to say, and you put it. So thank you. I thought that was an excellent video that you uploaded.
Thank you. I mean, there's been a discovery in ham radio. It takes me back to where we all are, that everybody's just, for the most part, really good people. And through the influx of media that we're subject to, there's so much division. And I just love that ham radio, there's an unspoken etiquette to keep politics and religion out of it. And it allows people to go back to being fellows, like brothers and sisters on the air, and human beings.
Oh yeah. Well, politics and religion are out, but medical procedures and everything else are in.
Right. And around here, there is no grammar and there is no math, especially the grammar part. I am bad at grammar, so we're not even. So, I mean, once we exclude, and the colonoscopies, we can't do colonoscopies. So, other than that, we're pretty good. We're pretty.
Well,
good.
I'm out of here.
Listening to everything Natalie just said, I'm like, God, I want to turn my radio on so bad right now, you know. And then Beer Snack and Izzo, never mind. Now I know what I saw.
And then you go to 7188, the friendly net, and you're like, yeah, that's bullshit. But hey, listen, we got to deal with something here. I'm getting harassed here because when you said Canada, I put my arms up. I was like, yeah, and then Scout 75 says, don't get so excited, Molson. She just went to Canada first because it was cheaper flights. and then if that wasn't enough, TC Fitz goes, don't get excited, Daniel. She didn't start off or end up in Canada. It was just a stopgap. I guess I should just say thank you for sending her our way.
Well, I stayed long enough to become a Canadian citizen. So and my family is in Ontario, and I have
James on the air. Wait, hold on, Natalie. Is James here tonight? Because James can't.
Yes.
What's going on with James? Because I worked him the other night on POTA, but he's still doing that United States / Canadian thing. So
He's here somewhere. He's here somewhere. He says, "Yeah, Canada," and I'm like, "Yeah, transplant."
Transplant.
you know. Speaking of, by the way, I live probably about 30-40 minutes away from Natalie's family. So Natalie, if ever the communications go down and you need somebody to tell your family something, you hit me up on the radio and I'll be like, I'll be there in half an hour.
Wow. We joke. I've been in a situation where my only communications was ham radio a long time ago. Weirdly, I've always been entertainment my whole life, and I was a disc jockey for the Canadian Air Forces during the war in Kosovo, which is a really long time ago, and I was very young, and I was stationed at Baden-Baden on the base. I was a civilian working as a disc jockey, and it was so long ago, we didn't have phones. Sort of, you had to wait 3 months to have a phone put in when you got to the base, and the only way I could talk to my mum was through ham radio operators. Excellent. And so I really lived that, and it was like, I'm not happy over here. Over.
I don't think any Canadian military is happy in Kosovo, but
it was a popular show, but there were only 2 of us. So
yeah.
Yeah, he froze.
He froze up that Canadian internet. See, that Canadian internet.
How appropriate! The Canadian froze.
The Canadian internet. Look at him.
Joe, you got the screenshot?
Yeah, save that. Somebody better save that shot, everybody.
Somebody caption him, quick.
All right, guys in the chat, hurry up. Say whatever you want to say.
Oh, man. We'll drop that one in the memes channel so you guys can do what you want with it. I think that's going to be a good one.
So, Natalie, what do you like? What do you like for ham radio? Is there a particular mode that you like? A radio? I mean, do you go outdoors and operate? Do you indoors? Tell us about Natalie operating.
Could I be more excited? I literally have a new purchase, and I am so excited. I haven't unboxed it yet, so I'm going to debut the box.
Is it your dream radio?
Yes. So you know what that is, right? My dream radio.
Yes, but I'm not going to say. Well, you're finna show it, aren't you?
Check it out.
Oh, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Congratulations.
Oh my God. But literally, I get butterflies about this radio.
I still get butterflies after having it for 1.5 years. I love that radio.
Yeah. I mean, how weird. I get butterflies, so I haven't opened it yet because it's so special that I feel like, well, not only I need to light a candle and put some wine out, but I need to do an unboxing of the radio.
Just don't spill the wine on the radio. Listen, Natalie, I have found with that radio the child in me of amazement of what 10 watts and a simple wire can do. And the contacts that you can make, as well as if you want to listen to, AM FM broadcast or short wave. That radio is like an all-in-one, and I get very excited when I take that radio out. Like I said, it brings out the child in me. So I wish you lots and lots of many happy hours with it, and just go play radio with it. Don't be afraid, whether it's whatever mode. Look at that.
Oh,
look at her.
And she's got the tuner.
Yeah, I have that tuner also. Yep.
So I might hit you up for questions.
Absolutely. Listen. Joe had a problem with his. The man cried, but guess what? Nothing more than what a Kleenex couldn't clean up, and Joe's good. Joe's good now. Natalie, I'll tell you what's very addicting with that 705, and I don't care. I have resolved myself. I don't care, because if cigars and radios are my worst addiction, then so be it. We all have our poisons in life. The accessories to that radio get lost in the availability of accessories. So, and there's so many great YouTube videos. Mike KAMRD is in the chat tonight. He's got some great videos
Yes.
on his 705, and there's so many out there. But have fun watching the various videos, and hey, throw some TikTok stuff.
Oh, I will be. I will be. Yeah, I will for sure. Does he have a 3D printed cage?
Something. I don't know if he has that. Why do you?
No,
Or
but
are you
I'm
making
sort
one?
of like, I don't have a 3D printer for one, but I'm just thinking of the possibilities. But I do have the backpack. Did you get the backpack?
I got the backpack. Yes, I did. And I'm using my backpack a little differently. I'm not using the top for the radio. I'm moving things around to make it a little bit more usable to that's the one thing about the hobby. Have you found that being a new ham, you got 6 guys on the screen here and we're all doing something a little bit different. And Mike is right. The POV case is great. I love it. But again, there's so many other. Wind Camp is another great accessory line of accessories. There's just so much out there. But like Beer Snack said before, just go have the F word. Fun with it. That's all you got to do. The fun with it.
So I think the Canadian government didn't like me talking. So no, my internet crashed.
That's exactly what happened. Yep.
It's probably because I reported you. Sorry, was I on mute?
I think TC Fritz did or Scout 75 did.
I was going to say, hold on. I want to just finish what I was going to say before. I would have to say I used to think the whole thing, we all know where the TikTok app comes from. It's probably the most uncensored platform that a Canadian can watch and an American can watch. So if you want to get raw footage information, it's the best platform to use. That's what I would have to say. And the other thing is I want to bring up my beef I have. There's a video that I think is very controversial you have on your channel, Natalie. And there's a video where you go on your way out on an adventure, and it's going to take everything in me to say this. You went and bought a plant-based hamburger.
I do.
Yeah, yes. I agree with you. I agree.
Is that Jim?
Ladies and gentlemen, Ham Court is now open. The court is
Where's
now
Ape?
open. Here he.
Somebody say, somebody got sick to their stomach, but I thought it was about a plant-based.
That's a sin of my family. You eat, when you eat a hamburger, you eat beef, not plant-based.
Beer Snack, what do you think, Beer Snack?
I mean, those Carl's Jr.'s ones, though, they are really good. And
yeah,
it was Coachella. I mean, I've never been to Coachella for the concerts. There's no way I would have enough drugs to ever go to Coachella. The plant-based burger is really where I'm at with my illegal things.
Hey, Carlos, let's talk about the plant-based burger for a minute.
Where did he get his from, Steve? When he did it? Where did he get his from?
Wasn't it a Hardee's or Carl's Jr.?
It wasn't. It was
Culver's.
Culver's.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. He has some stuff out there now.
Yeah, well,
actually,
no.
I will give
these plant-based, no plant-based. So, a couple things. We have questions that I've been starring and kind of keeping up here. One of them being, before we even got really started, from Greg, KF0CUZ for all of us, a FTDX 3000 or FTDX 10?
I don't know.
7610. I'm going to throw it out there.
Ooh. So if Greg's all about Yezu, all right. Now it depends on what. Again, here we go with that whole. It depends on what you want to do.
Yep.
Right.
As well as the antenna. It's all about the antenna, in my opinion.
But it also depends on what you want to do. Right.
True. Right.
Okay.
Very much.
So is the DX10 is more of it's a mid tier. Right, the DX, the 3000, the 101. Okay, so as you're going up, so the 3000 is more towards low end contesting, whereas I would go with the DX10 if it was just regular everyday, just going all the route there. So that's that. And Jim says 7610. Steve is right. Jim, you're just because you have one, it doesn't matter. So the first question I have here is from our buddy Shane Scout 75. What got you interested in ham radio?
She answered that.
She did?
Yep.
I didn't hear.
Oh, me.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention much.
She's not paying attention either.
I was reading the plant-based stuff.
No.
We'll link the videos
how
to you
many
later.
people are like, cows eat meat. No, I mean, eat plants. And I was like, good argument. I
Still
have
have
a
the
very
flow chart going.
sci-fi. Who's into really like anybody into conspiracy theories? Sci-fi.
They always end up being true. That's the problem, Natalie.
They always wind up being in Canada, coming from Canada. That's the problem.
I have a
the
fairly awesome, crazy tale of one of the reasons I got into ham radio, and I can tell you it really, really quickly.
Go for it.
Have you ever heard about like people having near-death experiences?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had a near-death experience in 2012. In fact, I had a podcast about it, and if I comment there, I put me in there. That was the name of my podcast, is The Grey Escape. I haven't had time to do it for a long time, but there's like 60 odd episodes of it. My blood pressure crashed, and literally I had a full-on sci-fi near-death experience, which if I hadn't had witnesses with me, I would have never been able to tell anybody because it's so off the charts. From my viewpoint, my body disappeared, but I didn't feel scared. And I could see in front of me an infinite grid of energy balls, perfect lattice grid. And at the time I thought, it's so perfect. This has to be software, like flawlessly aligned lattice grid. And I could turn over my shoulder and see the two people in the room with me, kind of like, old VHS cassettes where if you record over them enough, you see through the image underneath.
Right.
That's what it felt like. So in front, I was seeing this behind image of just these energy balls, and I'd turn around and see the recorded over part. Well, the kicker is I started to speak scientific information, but I had no background in science at all. I'm a lifer in artsy stuff, comedy, entertainment. And the very first thing I said, I spoke for 45 minutes, but the opening line was, everything is an illusion. It is all our perception of an infinite range of frequencies and vibrations. And I just went off for 45 minutes. I spent the next 16 months researching ferociously. How did I get this information? Where did it come from? What was going on? And what I found was, I went a very scientific way. I interviewed scientists on my podcast. I found that all the information I'd spoken about was true. So everything is an infinite range of frequencies and vibrations, and there in fact is no solid matter. And one of the messages that came through was everything is sound, and sound can heal everything. And I believe there's a lot of throwbacks to this in sort of ancient culture, and it comes through in our dialogue. We say, well, is it sound? And you see contractors are like, knock on wood, is it sound? Well, where did that come from? It is literally sound. The molecules are sound. Everything in our body's sound. So I went off studying like everything, sound healing. I went to Glastonbury. I studied, singing bowls, tuning forks. I went to Cambridge and did an intense course in color frequencies, and launched my podcast to talk about comedy and interview scientists, as you do. So I've been on this sort of magnetic pull towards frequencies from 2012. And so ham radio, when I sort of discovered it, when the pandemic hit, was like the mecca. It is all things frequencies, and you can literally communicate with them. You can study them. You can do so many different things in ham radios. So that's like one of the sort of secret reasons I do.
Do you know, Natalie, if before you fall asleep, if you go to Team Replay and listen to our shows here on YouTube or on our podcast, you will wake up the next morning with your depending on who you are, your IQ will either drop a few or go up a few. So
it depends on the week.
It depends on the person. So that is why so many people love our shows. I'm presuming because they either go down a couple IQ points, sort of like a credit score. So,
Natalie, I was expecting you to say that you're going towards the light and you heard some jackass behind you say, "Please copy, please copy." And you turn around to slap him, and then you were back at it. But
and then
that's really cool.
The archangel Kyle will be out there going, no, we don't say that.
Did he say archangel or archangle?
Archangel.
Yes.
Archangel. What is it?
It was.
Is
It was
it
very.
arch nemesis or is it arch nemesis?
It's
I would say arch nemesis. I have an arch nemesis now, and she's on she's in my TikTok videos, and apparently I met her in the middle of the desert when I was off grid a couple of weeks ago in Arizona, doing a whole week of off grid ham radio.
Was a peyote involved?
No peyote.
No
do you know Jerry Ellsworth?
Yes.
Yes.
It sounds
So
familiar.
she was out there, and I just bump into her, and I'm like, "Hey, it's a girl with a ham radio," and I've shot a whole bunch of videos with her. And of course, she's this really famous. She's got like a cult following as this famous engineer, and she's one of the coolest people that you could meet. She used to be a race car driver. So she's my new arch nemesis, though, because we had an antenna face-off.
Oh,
and you know how that goes.
The famous antenna.
Second question, or the other question that came up that I've starred here is, how long have you been a ham?
I've been a ham. I started studying beginning, say, early 2020, and I took my test on my birthday, which was June 10th. I wanted it to be all the thing that I would get my license on my birthday, and I took tech and general on the same day because since I was locked up with the lockdown, I just studied like a nut. And there's a very good YouTube channel for free. The call sign is W4EEY, and he literally teaches a ham radio workshop in another state, and he puts the whole thing online for free. So I studied in this guy's class out wherever he is in the United States. He doesn't even know me, but he's part of how I became a ham operator. Nice. And I did the tech and the general. And because of COVID, we couldn't go inside of a building. So I drove to the Van Nuys Flyaway in the Valley in Los Angeles. And we had to wear masks, of course, social distance, and take our test on the hood of a car. So I literally had my car and a paper and did my.
There you go, Steve.
Yep.
Steve is laughing because Steve does a lot of the online testing where a lot of people are inside their bathrooms. So there you go. So that's another option of on the hood of the vehicle.
And the boys at W4EEY are just up the road from me in South Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, pass on. That guy his name's Gary, right?
Yes, Gary.
That guy became such a comfort. I don't know. I have a thing sometimes.
That's a great story. I
mean, I've got PTSD, and then that leans into adjustment disorder, which is a whole can of worms where you get anxious when things change, when you're not expecting it. And the pandemic was quite a nightmare for everybody.
Wait, hold on. Molson
but that guy, Gary.
I'm going to mute, and I'm going to yell at my son to be quiet. Give me a
Look at him. Lip
service.
Somebody read those lips.
So soothing. He was just so comforting to watch his videos.
Excellent. That's a great story. I love that.
So I love that was so. Go back to your story there. I think it's still. I used to listen to George. Was it George Norris or George Norrie? Because when I was younger, when I was thinner, I used to go to the gym. I used to go to the gym from like 11 p.m. to like 1:30 a.m. and I had about a 40-minute drive to get to the gym. And I used to listen to Coast to Coast, George Norris. Like the guy had all kinds of crazy stories, but there's something about listening to those stories that's just so entertaining. And I think your story was great to listen to with the visual and all that, and especially since you researched it and it has so much grounding in reality, like in science. So
I've had a sound scientist on my podcast 3 times, I think, and I drove practically the length of the UK to go and see this guy. I went over there and drove up to the Lake District, and his name is John Stewart Reed.
Okay.
In fact, on my TikTok right now, if you go to, you know how you get one link, if you click on that one link, he's teaching a workshop that starts this Saturday. So if you click on that link on my TikTok, but he is a real pioneer in sound science. You might have sometimes seen videos on YouTube of cymatics. Do you know what that is? Where they make sound visible. And you generally will see videos of a plate of sand, and they will strike a violin bow, and all of this chaotic random sand suddenly turns into like a flower shape or a clover or something like this. And it just shows you how sound organizes matter. And this guy, John Stewart Reed, he's incredible. Well, I'm like, you know, a disciple of his. I think he's a genius with everything he does. He's a wonderful guy.
To the sound, Natalie, we're back to sound again. This is very
well, we're back to sound. I mean,
I love it. I'm so intrigued by all this.
Well, she's
We're
talking
back
about
to-
seeing sounds. I'm like, how much coffee have I had? You know, like.
So what's interesting about that is I have a buddy who's like some crazy scientist, whatever. Anyways, and he had done a paper. He told me one time that, and I don't want to get into religion and all that, but he says E equals MC square. And if audio is a form of energy, then you can technically speak creation into existence. Right. And
Whoa,
so
Wow.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Molson, what? Say that again. Molson, just say that again.
if you rewrite the equation for E equals MC square, which is matter, speed of light, then you can rewrite it and you can create matter with speech. You can speak
Molson,
stuff into
right
creation.
back at you. And exactly what you've just said, but mirroring it in a different way. Isn't it interesting? And again, I'm not going the way of religion, but isn't it interesting that the Bible opens with, and then there was the word?
Yeah.
And speech creates.
That's what he was telling me.
vibration.
So I thought it was really cool. I think it's a really to think about that, because technically E equals MC square, and you know, you rewrite the equation. And you know what's really cool about sound is my years ago I was talking with a buddy. He's an engineer. He does like bridge inspections, and I don't know the whole thing about it, but he used to take a chain and he used to walk the bridge, and he would just slap the chain on the bridge on the road top. And based on the sound that it did, he would know if the rebar was like if it was rotting out, corroding or not. And like use a chain to inspect the bridge. He's like, yeah, that's pretty much our first.
Yeah,
that was back then. The first, phase of an inspection was just listening to the sound of the concrete and training yourself like how you can tell the hollowness of it. And so that's how our bridges start with, or at least they used to be. The first phase of inspection was with the chain.
Makes sense. Again, going back to that, knocking on it and saying, is it sound? We used to equate sound with being structurally reliable, you know?
So now,
Mike, very good, Mike.
All right, who else read that in the Ozzy Osbourne show?
That's
I
what
did.
was thinking.
Going
got
off
Isaac.
the rails on a Molson train.
Ozzy actually said it. It's at our brains.
And then we got one Scout 75. This is like the scene from Animal House when they were smoking with the professor.
Yes. Donald Sutherland. They were smoking with Donald Sutherland.
Listen, you want a flashback of something from TikTok, because I was on TikTok earlier. You remember what was that movie? Police Police Academy. Remember that? And the guy who was doing all like the like all the voice, the sounds there. Remember that? Well, I was on TikTok and the guy popped up like all these years later on America's Got Talent, and I recognized the guy right away. I was like, that's the dude from Police Academy, and he did a thing. And you know why he stopped acting? This is the power of it. Because his wife passed away. He became a widower, and he had to take care of his kids, and he stopped acting and doing stuff. And he was on America's Got Talent because he wanted to get back into it. I was like, that's awesome.
Nice.
So what was that guy's name? Michael Winslow. That's it. So that was really cool. That
Thank you, Tony.
I now want to watch Police
Thank you,
Academy
Plasma.
with my kids tonight, because like that was a great show. Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Do any of you do sotas?
Dude, look, you see
I
this?
was
here?
about to say, like, does this look like a soda body to you?
I just came off the
Poda?
mountain yesterday.
Yes. Soda? No.
You got the wrong. You got the wrong acronym there.
Yeah, did she say
a couple
soda?
letters before that?
We
Wait
only
until-
have one official summit in Mississippi, and it's really just a hill.
I'm
don't
waiting
know that
till I
any of
get
us-
my helicopter in, and then I'm going to start doing sodas. I pre-ordered one for 40 years down the road. Deposit's due in 30 years. So
And you coded.
Soda, yes.
I've done one. But you're really big into like I think it's POTA because like, a lot of your TikToks are you testing. Like I saw one where you're testing antennas and all that. I don't know if you guys talked about this while I was on the
You were in
internet crash
Arizona.
there.
She was in Arizona.
Yeah,
A lot
but-
of stuff from
Yeah.
Yuma.
Quartz Fest.
Yeah.
Yes, I was at Quartz Fest and then I was at the Yuma Ham Fest in Yuma, Arizona. And I'm probably going to be going to the Dayton Ham Fest. I just booked up for the Dayton Ham Fest, and they have
Nice.
something super cool. They have a contest university there, and I haven't done contesting yet. Have you guys done that?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Is it
That's
super
fun.
cool?
Like from
do
here,
field
not
day.
like some big.
I do the
like,
not a
you know.
contest.
Right.
My contest is with the local guys. Like we'll be talking on the repeater, and it's like, how many you got now? He's like 90. I'm like, oh yeah, I got like 110, and you're like, shit, I got to catch up. You know, that's my contest thing. But we do submit the logs, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never done
Contesting.
that yet, and I really want to try that just for
Uh,
fun.
You would do amazing. Any female voice on contesting, first of all, you'll break a pile up. Trust me, I know. I have a really good voice. And
I gotta go to my happy place.
nah, because the female voices get through the pileups.
Oh,
And
At least
I
put
have
a
a
wig on.
recommendation.
Put a
So-
wig on first.
If you're just getting started, getting your toes wet and contesting, great places to start is state QSO parties because the exchanges are usually pretty simple and short. Then if you want a bigger contest that's probably a little busier with a lot more people, look for the CQ Worldwide sideband contest. I forget when that is.
This
That's-
weekend.
Oh,
Coming up.
really?
Yeah, the 5th and 6th, March 5th,
Yeah,
6th.
of course, because I'm on call. So
See,
anyway,
that's why.
I can
CQRY, you said.
do what?
Did you say CQRY contest? Is that what you said?
Yes, CQ Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Because I think it's just like if I was participating, I would say you're 5'9" Mississippi, and that's it. So it's a short exchange too. Because some of your sprints and stuff can be pretty intimidating because you may have like 5 different things you have to say and then jump to another frequency. You can't stay on frequency. So some of them's a little different, but that's some of the easier ones.
What's Shane saying? We need to make a motion.
well, I will do it. I'll do it, and you'll get an idea. So everybody who comes onto our show, we make a motion. So I'd like to make a motion to have Natalie as one of our honorary members. Do we get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Hey.
Welcome to the
Aye.
club.
Welcome to the
I am
clubhouse.
seriously honored. by all-
Wait.
Listen, there's no advantage.
No post. Okay, we're good. It's unanimous.
Yeah, this
Tell her
is
about the dues.
guilty. Nobody has me in their club.
There's no dues. It's
There's no
just
dues.
welcome to the club.
You're in for life. You're in for life, whether you like it or not. But you're always welcome. But you're always welcome back, Natalie. Seriously, it's very serious. We're having fun here, but you're always welcome back. You don't have to be invited. Do not be a stranger, please. We say that to
You
all
mean
of our
I
guests.
can crash your YouTube show whenever?
Do you know how many people
Yeah,
crash our
absolutely.
YouTube?
Yes.
How many people crash?
If we don't crash it, somebody else will. So what the heck?
Right.
No,
What
so I don't know.
those people that you've had diving in one episode?
Oh my God!
Well,
Oh,
we can have
we've
10
had
on the
people-
screen at a time.
Between
We've
Shaq
had
and
people
Greg and-
like we've had to kick people out so other people can come in, or
Come
we've
in,
requested that people have like, I'll step out, and then more people pop in, and I'll step out. And, what did we have? Like 15 or 16 come through one show. All
Yeah, I think 16 was
Yeah.
the max.
What's our max? 12. It's
10.
12 our max.
10.
Well, see, Natalie, what happens is typically the first hour we talk, and then like if the guests usually we say stay on for an hour if you want to stay on longer, stay longer, and then the second hour we typically put a link out and we allow our guests to come on and ask questions. So if the guest is still here, they can ask questions directly, and then we go into like You think you went on a tangent with your story? We go on a big tangent.
It's called
And-
squirrel.
Yeah,
It's
we
called
go on a big
squirrel.
squirrel. This thing. Yeah, and yeah, so it's good. So, which is actually going to happen pretty soon. So you're more than welcome to say. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of questions for you. So, but I don't know.
Ron's got it right here. I wouldn't want to be a member of a club that would have me as a member.
Ron,
That's why, Ron, you're not a member.
Oh, come on. Do you know where the quote's from, Daniel?
No, I don't.
Don?
I'm just kicking.
No.
Can I ask you another question? Like the guest allowed to ask you guys questions?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
There's no guarantee we're going to answer.
Yeah.
I literally put this on display in honor of the Ukraine because I just found out that Rig
Rig
Expert is in the Ukraine.
Mhm.
And I just got this antenna analyzer, and I wondered if any of you guys have the Rig Expert antenna analyzer.
I don't.
Joe's got the
Oh
stick.
yes.
I was gonna say I've got the stick.
Look at Joe. Look at Joe.
Mm.
Joe,
got the
Brett,
blue stick.
that looks
Okay,
really
I got to put
good.
my stick away. It's getting awkward.
Excuse me while I whip it out.
How come it's still in the box?
Because it's a perfect case to keep it in. So I just keep it in the box. I'm one of those folks that keep the box to everything. And I get done with it, put it back in the box.
And don't forget, Natalie, the box adds 10% to retail.
Right.
I
Had my box of the
That's a nice
here it
box.
is.
So
Yo, Ukraine.
Beer Snack mentioned a very good point, and since you're newer in the ham community, it is very important to keep the boxes because for some reason you'll lose $300 on any product if you can't sell it with original box. Hams are weird like that.
A resale.
So
boxes,
I-
boxes, and the original manual. Are
Well,
on well,
listen, you guys,
on well.
you saw the picture I sent you guys, all right? I have
Yep.
4 boxes of 4 ham radios, 4 boxes, and I said I'll give you $350 a piece, all right? I know what I have, no low balls.
Boxes only.
Boxes only.
Oh,
I have
shame.
Boxes are us.
Oh, what do you do?
What battery do you all use when you're going off grid with your radio? Like what brands of batteries do you use?
Bioenno.
Bioenno.
Yep. I was gonna say the
The
Bioenno.
6?
Look at this.
Which
I
one?
made it.
Now,
magically
Natalie,
appear,
okay,
Bisnet.
is that
the
Is
6?
that the 6?
I go
or
with
the 5
Denko.
ampere hour?
I
Is that a
got the
5
6.
ampere hour?
Oh, look,
Okay.
he's made me a big.
Okay, so that 6 will operate your 705 on 10 watts for many hours. You'll have lots of fun.
Fantastic.
You'll have lots of fun.
what amp hour was that you said?
6
ampere
amp hours. This one.
Oh,
is.
it'll power it for days.
That's brilliant.
I've
Yeah,
I've used this. This one I think is 7 amp hour that Adam made, and
Which guy?
I've used it. With
Adam or Dennis?
Adam. I didn't get it wrong. Yes.
Brett,
Some people know him as Dennis, but
Did you try and make that look like a Bioenno?
no, I
No.
didn't make it. So
What?
go
ahead,
ahead,
Joe.
Bear Snack.
You go ahead, Joe.
You mentioned podcasts, so we're going to mention another good podcaster. His show is called The Handum Thoughts, and his extra little side hobby is making lithium batteries.
Oh, wow.
And that's a homemade battery he made in his garage, sweating like a slave to make this for me as a little gift. Pretty neat. There's several people's got some. It's pretty cool. I would love to do it, but my whole thing is connecting the wires where they should go. Batteries can blow up, and I may do that.
That's
But-
half the fun.
It's half the
It
fun.
is.
That's
It is.
experimenting. That's
I was
experimenting.
pleased with this because you could order it, with the power poles and everything
Yep.
kind of.
Oh yeah, it's the
Yeah.
way to go.
Yeah,
But
Really
you-
is.
Your
705.
705 wouldn't drain that if you used it all day long.
that's great. That's really
Mhm.
good. I'd like
think
to
I have-
ultimately get a bigger one too for the 7300. I have an ICOM 7300 as well.
No,
Yeah,
for
you'll
that,
want
I
a
use-
bigger one for
for
that.
I use a 40 ampere hour.
Good gosh.
I'm just one of those guys. I either
40?
come in big
Money
or don't
man.
come in at all. But a lot of guys will use a 20 or a 30 for their
Ching,
7300.
ching, ching.
No,
And
I
which
got it on-
brand?
I got it on sale and it was a good deal. And
Listen, the only reason I have a 30 is because it would have been 6 months for the 20. And they emailed me. They're like, hey, do you want the 30? I'm like, sure, why not? So they sent me the 30.
They were doing an
Yes.
upgrade for at that point. I think a lot of people they were doing an upgrade no cost, right? Because it was not available the 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that
Right.
was pretty. I think I have the most important question of the night, guys. Natalie, you said that you're done stand up and comedy, and one of the traditions on the Clubhouse is dad jokes. Do you have the ultimate dad joke?
I mean, when I used to do stand up, I would talk about my dad because my dad was in a rock band in England. So I would just I would just tell the truth. It was like I was born and my dad was in a rock band and I went on the road with my dad. This is totally true. And I didn't have a pacifier. I had a Marlboro Light. And, you know, I would be babysat by strippers. And that is absolutely the truth. I have the memory of the strippers.
You got Don's attention.
You got my attention.
I had training tassels. I don't think it affected me, but when I take off my coat, I always throw it to someone. But this is just stuff that is true in my life, you know.
You sprinkle a question for you. Do you sprinkle icing sugar on the counter and say it feels like home? Is that what happens? Well, because of that past history.
Jesus.
No, we were too. It was the 70s, and it was more like a lot of drinking going on in England. My dad's band, though, he opened for The Who and Ozzy Osbourne and loads of big bands.
Yeah, he was a bass player. He was a bass player, right?
He was a bass player, yeah.
Did he know Bob?
I read your bio. I was like, I gotta know who this lady is. I'm watching TikTok, reading her bio.
Joe Brett has a hand raised.
Thank you. Natalie, I just wanted to point out one of your good friends from Court Fest you met, Mr. Chuck, KK6USY, is in the chat and just said hello to you. All right, continue on.
I love Chuck.
Yeah.
Hello, Chuck.
Chuck made it. Chuck made it to TikTok. I'm like, who? Chuck makes it to TikTok. I'm like, that's great.
Chuck
People
is famous
love
with
Chuck,
the ladies,
though.
especially dude's mom. So that's
He is
not a surprise.
Well, here's the thing. He says he had a giant pileup going on 20 meters. Is that because he just had his beam aimed in the right direction and he was just chit chatting with people?
It's because he had his radio on and he transmit. Chuck can be heard around the world.
All right, so here we go. Brian, Denko. The universe's best batteries not sold on Earth.
That's it.
Let's see what else we got. All right, here we go. We got the dad jokes here. Ben Williams, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Where's the punchline there, Ben?
Yeah.
It's a Steve joke. You have to wait for it.
Oh, okay. All right. Terry, how did the fish climb the mountain?
You guys have to leave the answer, like the punchline in.
Is this your
All right,
first
so here you go. Hey,
chat?
hold on. So, Joe, did you hear about the guy that fell off the 32nd floor of the nightclub?
No.
I guess he wasn't the bouncer.
Oh.
Wow. And there's Ben with the punchline.
Go ahead, Izzo. Pull it up on your phone. Get a good one.
Good food, no atmosphere. Good job,
here,
Ben.
Joe. I'm trying to find something good. I'm trying to find a really good, funny.
It was out of this world.
I see someone saying all the girls like Chuck. When he was on my little TikTok, all the comments were like, I love Chuck. I love Chuck. It was just one after the other. I love Chuck. So Chuck's very popular.
Yeah. We've heard. Mike's still in the chat. He may be a little sour about that.
Here we go. If you cross a turkey with a kangaroo, can you stuff it from the outside?
All right, guys, you ready? How does a penguin build his house?
Go ahead, Don.
It glues it together.
Oh.
It glues it together.
I like that one. I'm sorry.
You gotta quit
going
going to the Laffy Taffy website for your jokes.
I'm not going to be sorry. You know,
It's not Laffy Taffy. He's popping the old Snapple. Before they were doing facts, he's popping the old Snapple ones
when
off.
I get a little sad, I'm going to remember that one. That's funny. That was uplifting.
I want Joe Brett to put his hand up again because that was so cute. And on his own show, though, he.
Thank you, Tony.
That's usually because his internet sucks and he can't get a word in edgewise.
That was the old me.
I know. You've stepped it up a little bit.
Thank you,
Actually
Ed.
pay for internet now.
Ed's got it going here. Ed's got it.
All right, here we go, Ed. Ed's got. What do you call fake noodles? Impastas.
Oh. I feel like I'm 12 again. I'm like, oh, that's good.
That's part of the reason is just the groaners, all that come in, a lot.
Oh
of
yeah.
You feel like you're 12 because they're innocent dad jokes. And then Carlos over there says, you don't want me to give my horrible dad jokes.
Listen,
We've
there's
seen-
a reason
we've
Carlos
seen
has
your
his own
memes,
channel in
Carlos.
Discord.
Carlos, we've seen your memes. We don't want your dad jokes, okay? No. No.
Speaking of which, I haven't gone to his channel lately.
Oh yeah. Ooh. All right, here we go, Plasma.
There you go. No, Plasma's right, but he's right though. I like this.
But it's a good one. Why
It
can't
is
your
good.
nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot.
Correct. He is correct. Plasma's right.
What do you guys say about giving the link to get some guests in here, and if they have questions
Sure.
for Natalie and stuff? Are
Absolutely.
you cool with that, Natalie?
Oh,
You
yeah,
wanna-
absolutely.
yeah?
Bring it on.
All right.
And then in the meantime, Beer Snack, because you're good at bringing up this thing that StreamYard does. Shane's sitting at work and thinks it's a great idea that we give away some stickers.
Ooh, stickers.
Hey.
Hold on. I wasn't planning on stickers. So here we go.
So I think you know what we need to Beer Snack. You know what we need to put as the word?
I tell you what. Here, hold on. While we're waiting here, hold on. While we're waiting, all right.
Oh my god!
Oh no,
Wait,
we're not doing this.
Hold on. Hold on.
somebody-
Hold on.
Somebody made
Hold
a
on.
comment about
Silence. Silencio.
Is that what
Please note that
he
due
can
to the
understand?
random nature of the Ham Radio Clubhouse, we are not liable for damages to keyboards, monitors, laptops, cell phones, tablets, electronic viewing devices, seating, bedding, or vehicle interiors as a result of your inability to retain your beverage in your oral cavity whilst consuming such beverage. If you happen to pass your beverage through your nose, it may hurt. We also remind you that motor vehicle accidents, traffic citations, or general stares from the uninitiated because of laughter from listening to the Ham Radio Clubhouse, while embarrassing for you, are still not our fault. Please invite the law enforcement officers at the scene to listen. That might help. As far as the awkward glances from passersby, well, you're on your own. Thank you for enjoying the Ham Radio Clubhouse responsibly. All right, continuing on here. So Natalie, we're about to bring somebody on who jumps out of perfectly bad airplanes for a living,
Okay.
for fun.
And profit.
Yeah, on 20 meters. On 20 meters, too. no
On
less.
20 meters.
Hey, Beer Snack, a private message.
Say what?
That's
Hey, hello.
Carlos, say hi to Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. How you doing?
Natalie, say hi to Carlos.
Very good. Nice to meet you. I don't know if I've met someone who jumps out of airplanes before.
Well, your
With-
life is
With
better
a
on the floor.
radio, with a radio, Natalie, with a radio strapped to him,
Really?
and he's calling CQ on 20 meters. Absolutely, it's great.
yeah.
I do.
And his channel's called Life at Terminal Velocity. Pretty cool stuff. And
Go check it out.
Crazy. But we also have
Stickers.
so guys, if you want to win a sticker pack, type in the chat stickers, and you might be able to win a sticker pack or sticker.
And let us just remind everybody: you need to spell it correctly. Do not spell it-
Capitals.
Yes, exactly as you see it. If you don't spell it correctly, you're not going to be able to win.
Liberty Cave. Yes, I did.
So we got two more people here. We got none other. We'll wait. We'll do the
Whoa.
sticker pack giveaway, and then
We'll bring them in.
yeah, because once we bring them in, like no one's gonna pay attention to the stickers because everybody and their mom is gonna want to
Correct.
watch what's happening on this show.
Exactly. You know, so Molson's right. Molson is right. Everybody, tell your mother to go put on Wheel of Fortune because if she starts watching this, she's gonna go get closer to the screen. She may start kissing this. She may start kissing the computer monitor.
Guys,
All right.
it's like so popular.
Yeah. As Shaq and Greg says, it's gonna be a scratch and sniff show. Is for sure, for real.
Oh.
Shaq and Greg.
Stop this. This
I
is,
think to
it
tell
might
you-
be it might be 9:10 Eastern time, but it's still supposed to be a family friendly show, Greg.
Yeah. Okay.
I came to tell you some
Anime, you're
bad
right.
dad jokes.
Anime is all right in my book.
All right, here we go. We're gonna start at 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds left, guys. I got 44 entries.
Who wants stickers? Stickers. Get your stickers.
10 real
The
stickers.
great, what are these
Tell the
stickers
women
made
okay.
of? They're made of stickers, material type stuff.
Plant
Vinyl
based.
stickers.
They are plant. They
Are
are
they
plant based.
plant-based?
Plant based.
Sure, and they're
Sure.
Joe
responsibly sourced too.
Brett. Can I see Joe Brett's name in there?
Absolutely. I only have 2 stickers that Shane and Steve gave me at Huntsville.
Cobain.
Covain.
Covain.
Hey, Covain. Thank you.
All
Nice
right.
job.
So,
All right. So we're
So
gonna.
who-
Maybe Shane's seen that.
Yay.
So,
What?
ladies and
That-
gentlemen,
Oh, wait. Natalie, close your eyes. Just Natalie, close your eyes.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, guys. Let him in.
there you go.
Can I
But you can't hear them.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Natalie,
Go
you should
ahead.
never listen to those guys. Don't do
Not-
anything they say.
You're gullible.
You're gullible, yeah. Hey, how are you? Hi, everybody.
those guys are
Hey,
good.
What's going on, Chuck?
Oh, it's
Man,
Chuck.
I tell you what, I was some guy was on the radio, and the other guy wanted to listen to him, and all of a sudden his voice just went boom, it was gone. I go, yeah, I lost him too, and the guy starts talking to me, and then I got all these people calling me. So
What a stud.
I felt bad because the guy's like, well, you just go ahead and take over the channel. I gotta go eat anyhow. I'm like, oh, I felt really bad, you know.
Frequency is yours.
Chuck heat ups the airways just like he does YouTube, man.
He does.
You know what?
He does.
I didn't realize Natalie was that. I knew she was into ham radio, but I watched some of your TikTok stuff, and it's like, you should have came down and helped me out with I had a huge pilot for Dawn. I don't know if Dawn ever saw it or not, but I dedicated to Dawn and
Thank you.
ran a couple hundred watts into you were running QRP with the girls there, I think.
Yes.
And you actually got that one contact in Brazil or something. I think it was. It was someplace down there. Yep.
Well, I got a normal contact with Cuba. That wasn't a
Oh,
QRP.
Cuba. Oh, okay.
Nice job.
Where was that?
But,
Quartz Fest, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, Quartz Fest.
Okay,
Quartz
quick-
Fest is
what-
really cool. You guys should make it one time.
It's the best
What
thing
is
in your
it?
whole entire life. That's how
Is
good
it-
Quartz Fest
Isn't
is.
it like just like a temporary, the world's biggest RV park? Like, what is it exactly? 'Cause I see a lot of-
It is.
Courtside is
We had like
huge
about
for campers.
700 people go and live off grid for 1 week. All
Well,
in
that's
their
Burning
own
Man light.
accommodation,
Yeah, exactly.
tents and RVs, and everybody.
Bonnaroo,
was
baby.
having videos. It was incredible.
Burning Man
Really?
light. I mean, come on.
Carlos, you gotta take the average age for Burning Man versus Quartz Fest is about 30 or 40 years difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Outside of me and Natalie, everybody else is a couple years older than us.
So Quartz
Not
Fest is primarily an off-grid event, right?
Yes,
Oh,
fully
yes.
off grid, entirely off grid,
Okay.
and it was
So no
just
QR, so no interference then.
only the
yeah.
other people with their transmitters and their generators.
Yeah,
You know,
generators
like
can make it tough.
RVs
Dollar more.
everywhere. But
That's
it's
a
Dollar
workshops.
more.
So every day is workshops, there's seminars, and you go to what you want. You learn about. We did everything from people did cast iron cooking. They did gold panning.
Burning Man free.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
really all kinds of stuff.
That's funny.
Off-grid colonoscopies.
So
Yeah.
FEP Labs Radio. Jim
What
says
to do with
Quartz
your
Fest.
antenna?
Quartz Fest is Burning Man for 80 meters.
Mhm.
AJK, you are correct.
Oh
So,
man.
Natalie, what classes did you like the most? Did you like Javi's class? Did you go? You didn't happen to go on the soda, did you?
No, I didn't. I had other things that I was doing. I didn't go on the SOTA. I haven't done a SOTA yet, and I really want to. And
That
it's
was
one
your
of the
chance
reasons
right there. You
I
got
got
a
the icons.
professional.
I'm frightened I'm not fit enough. Like they went hiking up a hill a mile, and somebody, had some trouble. So I thought, well, I would have been that person. I'm not very fit.
So, Natalie, you need
Yes.
to come over to Huntsville
Okay.
for the Huntsville Ham Fest. And at Montesano, it is also a soda as well as a POTA. And it's a
Hey.
drive-up soda.
Third weekend.
What's
in
the
Yeah.
elevation's like 30 or 30 centimeters, 30 inches, or what? What was the
30
elevation?
centimeters. I mean,
Well, that's 6 inches, so you know.
Okay.
Which side of the ruler are you using? The incorrect side or the correct measurement side?
Where are
There
you
was-
measuring? Where are you measuring from?
There was a little hill
One
there,
that favors
right?
me the most.
Steve, when is the Huntsville Hamfest?
Third weekend in August.
August. I'm there. Done.
said-
Okay, I have a serious question about this off grid thing. Got me. You're saying
He's interested now.
I'm interested, but also I'm gonna nitpick because I'm sure there's a lot of like off grid homesteaders who are like, hold my beer, because you guys are like, so you guys go up there for a week, and is it to simulate a true off grid thing, or is it just off grid camping where you don't have hydro and stuff? Because like, what exactly
it's
is
to
it?
practice. To me, it's to practice being off grid and to learn. You've got 700 odd people there, and some people are really expert. I mean, you've got survivalists, orienteering people, mountaineering people. Like, you've got hardcore prepper people, and everyone around you probably knows more than you. So it's a phenomenal learning experience from everything from RVs, trailers to, I mean, obviously radios and antennas. We did like antenna walkabouts, and you do classes in how to make antennas. Oh, actually, this was from Yuma Hamfest, but this is the nerdiest thing I'm going to show you on this. Hold on.
So Chuck, while she's
It
getting
looks
that, I
like a
have
tape
question.
measure
So-
antenna.
Okay.
Oh,
look
look
at
what
that.
she has.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Come
You got a
on.
tape measure UDA.
I got a
Looky.
tape measure antenna, and it's all bundled up nicely, but it unfolds. Now, I just
Oh,
did a
that's cool.
workshop that I attended at Yuma Hamfest, and you learn how to build.
Oh, did
this
you go
in
to Yuma
antenna
too?
anyway. Yes, I'm like really into this. So I'm a Hamfest, and whenever there's a Hamfest.
Chuck, subscribe to her TikTok channel, and you'll see a whole bunch of great as well.
Back to TikTok we go.
So
Yeah, that's on TikTok.
I don't understand TikTok yet. I'm trying to learn it. So maybe
So
Natalie can
it's-
teach me next time. And
it's like the original shorts, YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monsanto's 1,600 feet,
1,600 feet. Wow.
That's nothing.
but that's a drive up. So
I mean, I'm getting ready for landing at that point in time.
That's a drive up soda. So here's the deal. What I learned. I think I lost points one time because I didn't realize that even though everything I did was portable on a soda, I rested my radio on my tailgate of my truck, and that's a no-no. Don't ever do that. Some guy called me on it, and you know what they say? It's like you can't be in the vicinity. I go, well, what is the vicinity? What does that mean? They should have something written out like you can't be within 100 feet of your vehicle or something like that, you know? Because I've seen guys sit next to their truck with a table. Like I can't see how that's any different.
Hold on. I'm gonna check what the dictionary says for vicinity.
yeah, look up vicinity, not vasectomy.
English.
You're right.
You speak it.
Natalie, you should have went with Javi because
The cut above the rest.
he would have made sure you made it to the top. That is a very steep trail though, because I rode it on my motorcycle 2 years ago, and it was like I was on the front of the seat because it was really steep. I was surprised.
I met Harvey, and he was really
Yeah.
nice, and I think he's based in the LA area, so I'm hoping
Yeah.
to kind of catch
Well,
up with him.
Well,
do
you're
a
going to
soda.
do next time I'm down there. You're going to do a soda with us, right?
Oh, I'd
we'll,
love
we'll
that.
find you an easy one because I don't like hard ones either. I'm getting too old for this.
Oh, go ahead. Take her with Adam.
No, she probably doesn't want to do her first one with Adam unless Adam carries everything.
On.
But she needs a K6 ARK resident antenna for that 705, though. That's what, so there you
Yes.
Well,
So-
we talked about the 705.
Oh, I have a super antenna.
A what?
I have a super antenna. I've got the whole super antenna go kit. I mean, I went all in.
Oh man, you
in
guys
fact, on
should
my
see the one I
TikTok,
made today.
Me and Jerry had the death match of the antenna, and I won't give spoiler alerts as to who won, but she's an electrical engineer and I'm a former stand-up comedian, and we went off with antennas.
Sherry's pretty smart.
And in this corner, we have.
So I use this today, guys, and I've got a 4-element antenna that I'm gonna debut here pretty soon. This is just this holds parts of it. So things come out the sides.
Did you 3D
like that.
that?
Looks like an insulator block for a beam.
It's a beam.
What are you
It's,
using? Arrows?
very
Aluminum
good.
arrows?
No. Why? Just wire. It's a cubicle quad is what it's going to be.
Okay.
Cool.
I was bringing in repeaters today. They're like 30 miles from my house, and on my at about 10 feet in the air, I was burying the meter on my FT991A
Wow.
from there on a couple of different ones. I mean, that's not that far, but it was 60 over. So
Chuck, what radio do you take on your SOTAs?
if I'm going to actually backpack, the 705 is way too big and heavy. I take a KX2 for that,
Okay.
half the size. Let me show you. Have you seen one?
I've seen pictures of one. I haven't seen it
705 is too big and
in
heavy.
flesh.
Yeah, 705 is huge, guys.
While he's getting it,
That's what
Aaron,
she
It
said.
is heavier
Hey guys,
than the,
Aaron's in the
What
chat
you
here
missed?
from North Country Ham.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
all saying
I
hi to
see Aaron down there.
Look.
I was gonna get to
Aaron.
To show
Yep.
Chuck.
Oh, Steve finally
Thanks,
got
sir.
his.
Yep.
Yeah, I made another one, and I've got the envelope all done up to send to Scott. So
Oh,
that'll try to be in the mail tomorrow.
There's a KX2. That includes everything: the battery, the tuner, and 10 watts with the onboard battery versus 5 watts. I have a 705 too, so I'm speaking from experience. The 705 is a lot prettier. It's a lot prettier though.
Got a pretty one.
It's like this is me, and the 705 is Natalie,
And
right?
It's got to be pretty. And it comes with a
Except reverse on size.
very good.
that
Chuck.
does look really awesome. The KX2 looks.
This is probably the best quality radio for actually backpacking.
You guys realize
You're
that
gonna
2
backpack
months. You guys realized 2 months ago that the 705 and the Elecraft weren't any good. It was all about the X6100. You know that, right?
Flavor of the month, buddy.
Shots fired.
Hang on.
Here we
Where's
go.
that button? There it is.
I don't think anybody ever said that the 705 and KX2 weren't any good.
No, I'm
No,
joking.
the 6100.
It's
Hold on,
sarcasm.
the 6100 is not even in the same class. In fact, there's people that have turned around and sold their 6100s because they've said that they don't like them.
All right, I got to go back on a couple things. There's a few comments here, guys. Give me a second. We've been all over the map. Hold on. 45 Auto, you said they need to quantify, and here is the definition of vicinity: the area near or surrounding a particular place. So I think the tailgate would qualify as in the area surrounding or
Yeah.
near.
So a table next to the truck is in the vicinity, I guess.
Yeah. So
So there's
Using
no,
the
there's
truck
no
as a-
absolute definition. Like,
oh, my wife calls. I'll be back.
Uh-oh.
oh, Daniel's being played off.
It's all about the sound. Once again, Natalie, it's all about the sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get
I
me
do like my
started.
705. I don't want to sound like I'm a hater because it is a nice radio.
But yeah, you definitely need the POV case for it.
But the thing is,
And Side KX just came out with the cover to fit the
Oh
POV
yeah,
case.
yeah. Actually, I'm I put mine in a little Harbor Freight case. You guys probably saw that.
No, Natalie, I meant to tell you that you don't have to
$200.
buy the icon bag. There are so many different options.
There's so much
Carry
better
that
bags.
705.
How do you justify $1,500 on a radio that does 10 watts?
Izzo, I got the Icon backpack because that's one of the main reasons I wanted the radio was for the backpack.
Now that wasn't your first radio, right, Natalie?
What did you
That was
say?
not your.
Simon?
That wasn't your first radio, right?
No, my first radio. Well, okay, it begins with a
7300.
B. The first radio, and everybody
What's that?
gives you a hassle. The radio that was my very
Baofeng.
first. Yeah.
Everybody had a Baofeng. I have a half a dozen.
I know everybody has, but they also hate on you when you say you've got one.
You know
but
what's
then I
funny?
got
They
the-
hate all they want. It's a gateway drug to ham radio.
Well,
Yeah.
Carlos, what is it that you said a few moments ago about spending $1,500? What is it that
So how do you justify that? Because, for example, I can spend $1,500 on a KX2, 10 watts.
What are you buying extra? They don't cost that much.
I'm looking at their website. Their website says a KX2 is $1,472.60. So
Oh, they
after
went
all said
up.
and done, you're looking at $1,500 minimum.
But it has a tuner with it, right?
I don't know. I'm
Yes,
just looking
yes,
at the
it has the
website.
internal
For that
tuner.
price,
I
it
put
better have a tuner.
I put it as
10
a-
watts.
So, $1,500 for a 10-watt radio, or I can go and buy an FT891 for $700 or $650. Throw an LDG tuner on it for another $150.
Wait, we got to stop you. Right, we got to stop you for 1 second though. Hang on. Now you just went to apples and bowling balls, because between a 705 and a KX, and those series of smaller radios, even though one's going to be a little physically as well as weight wise. Now you just went into a whole different category of a radio that might be used differently. Just think about that for a second.
I don't see the difference, right? So
you know what, Don? If I was going to carry anything as heavy as a 705, I'd take an 891 instead and have 100 watts.
There you go too. That's
Seriously.
That's you're right, and that's another option to justify.
Now I've just bumped up my chances to make more contacts.
But some of us like a challenge too.
Oh,
challenge. And yes,
we did
sure,
France on 10 watts.
And I'm going to call the bullshit on the challenge thing. I'm going to call bullshit on the challenge thing. I think that's just justifying the purchase that you regret. I really do. Like, I'm not saying anybody who's like,
we're talking buyer's remorse over here. Wow.
I think it's like Chuck was saying, it's a particular, if you like, the only justification if you specifically want it for a QRP reason. And so for Carlos, it's not justified because he doesn't want to do QRP. That's not this thing, right?
Yes.
The same with me. I have no interest in QRP. I'm like, the more the merrier. Like 100 watts, let's get out there. And then I know a lot of the boys around here and all of the amateur radio, some of them are specifically QRP.
Don's correct.
I respect everyone's decision. I respect everyone's decision on what they bought and why they wanted. Because again, I don't tell a man how to spend his money. Go have fun. I don't care. I don't care what you buy, how you buy it, what you carry, what bag you put it in, what box you put it in. Go have fun.
I'm just trying to understand the capital justification behind this, right? So you go to the grocery store and you look at a can of tomato sauce, and it's $1, and another can of similar size and similar nutritional value for 90 cents. Typically, you're going to grab that 90 can, right? Because bang for the buck, right? So if we quantify dollars per watt or dollars per pound, however you want to go about it, right? And you take something like a 705 or a KX2 or whatever, look, listen, if you're going to buy a 705 or a KX2 or whatever, knock yourself out. It's your money, not mine. I don't care, man. I'm just trying to understand the justification behind it, right?
Well, yeah, but that'd be like asking people to justify why they buy a Chevy over a Ford, over a Tesla, over each model. Whether you buy each different car, they're all car. You can say a car is a car is a car.
Okay, can I tell you my justification why I bought my 705? It may make a little bit more sense because in your situation, I may not consider it either. But for me, I was saving my money up for a 9700. I wanted a 2-meter base radio in my shack to match my 7300, of course, that had the scope and all the features that the 7300 had. Once I got to the point that I finally had the money for that purchase, well, then all these YouTubers and stuff got me interested in POTA and going out in portable work. So then I see the 705. The 705 has got everything 7300 and the 9700's got, and I already have 2-meter amplifiers to use. So I can push 300 watts out of my antenna on top of my tower with the 705. So I got to thinking that's a 9700 and a portable radio, because if I bought the 9700, I'm still going to be wanting a portable radio, and that's 2 radios I would buy. So I justified it. Now I still got a 6 feeling in my stomach when I hit that purchase button. But in my situation, it just made sense to buy 1 radio to do both instead of 2 radios, because I didn't have the money for 2 radios.
How much can you amplify a 705 then?
As much as 1.
500 watts.
Legally 10 times.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go. So
is that how it works. So you could go legally to 100 watts, and then anything above is illegally. Is that what you mean?
Well, supposedly an amp is only supposed to do 10 times what the input is, right?
Input power. Yeah.
So
From
if you
a
input it into an
legitimate
input,
amp person that builds amps for the sells them.
I mean, we have somebody who's in the chat who hooked theirs up to a Mercury, didn't they?
Yeah, there's amps that'll do 1,500 watts with 10
I'm
in.
thinking of the
or
Hard
5
Rock,
in.
like the Hard Rock 50 and the Hard Rock 500, I think.
Ooh.
My little Yaesu amp will put out like about 110, 125 with 10 in.
So,
but you can't hardly find that amp anymore.
So here we go. So
Carlos-
Jody, radios are like the lineup at Subway. Forget what other people are buying and get your own sandwich. Right? And also from Scout 75, fun factor has to be included with cost justification. One can catch as many fish from the shore as from the $50,000 bass boat. It depends on what is fun for you.
Wow, look at Scout. That's
No, Scout just pissed off a lot of
$50,000 base boat.
And Carlos, Don
Scout
wanted me
just
to
pissed
tell
off
you
a
that.
lot of fishermen. That's what I can say.
Carlos, Don wanted me to tell you that I don't jump out of a perfectly good plane either.
Neither does Carlos.
Have you seen the planes he jumps out of?
Okay, well, I mean most people.
Yeah, but Carlos, here's a question for you. You started with the 891, right? When you first started jumping from the planes?
No, a 706 Mark.
706. Yeah.
And that puppy's in the ham hospital, and it may not. That patient may not make it.
That's a
Well,
big radio too.
what did you transfer? What did you change to after?
That's all I have.
That's all you have?
That's all I have. Parachute Mobile. I have an 891 that I bought at the Ham Fest, the local Ham Fest last November.
Yeah.
But it is too big to fit in my Parachute Mobile bag. So
what happened to the 706?
It's smaller. It's smaller than a 706. It's smaller than your 706.
Hang on. The 991A?
Oh, I thought you said an 891. Sorry.
No. What I'm considering buying is an 891 right now.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
So a 991A does not fit in my Parachute Mobile bag.
Oh God, no.
That's the best buy in radios right there.
And the thing is, I would take it. I would legitimately take it if it fit in the bag, but I'm not buying a bigger bag because nobody makes us a safe bigger bag that I can take with me. So I'm constrained to the bag that I have now, or smaller, right? So I'm probably going to have to buy an HF radio before June. And I was looking at options, and I'm like, I gave my wife 3 options, right? I'm like, hey, look at these. She doesn't know anything about ham radio. I'm like, what would you buy? And she just looked at it and went, she looked at the 705 and went, people really buy that? That's stupid.
It is a nice radio.
Wait, did you show her the prices as well?
Yes, absolutely.
He must have.
That's
That
part
was
of the
mistake
deal.
one.
Like, you have to just, you have to see the pricing on it.
What do you want to do with the radio?
Parachute
What do you want to
Mobile.
do with the radio? There you go. Done. There you go. What do you want to do?
Greg is right. And Greg is right, guys.
No, he's not.
Yes,
They're
he
both no. They're both very handy.
But which one?
Listen, Shaq and Greg has a question. Shaq and Greg's question is, who is more handsome, Norm or Greg? I'll answer this. All right. If I was attracted to
here we go.
people,
Guys.
There we go.
Norm has the personality and Greg has the hair. That's all I gotta say.
Are you saying Greg? Are you saying Greg is boring then? You saying
All
he
I'm
has no
saying is-
personality?
All I'm hearing is he has those locks that look like they've been greased up. That's all I gotta say.
Damn.
Wow.
On that
Nat-
note, good night.
Natalie, this could
Oh.
become a rough crowd now. See, we're going into our last 30 minutes of the
Nice
show.
sign off now.
This is where it's going to get a little.
You were a comedian. Don't tell you can handle this.
This feels like where they come around and they say only it's last call.
last
And
call.
everybody
Last
like
call?
orders
Ooh.
5 drinks.
There's
That's what
plenty
they
more
do.
to go.
Hey, Steve. Last call. What happens on last call, Steve?
God.
They keep coming.
Yeah, they keep coming.
So
No.
now,
Or
when we
last
when I go to
call,
L-
and you say park
Oh.
to park.
park to park. So Natalie, if Javi and I get a hold of you down in LA when next time I'm down there, you can bring your 705. It'll do just fine because we'll find you a nice drive up.
Okay,
Well, you might have to walk a couple hundred feet.
that's fine. That's fine.
You look
You
like you're in
know-
good enough shape to walk up the hill there at the other place, though. You would have been fine.
No, I'm
I
practicing.
feel really
my-
left out here, guys, because I'm like locked
Why,
in Canada.
Molson?
You guys have all these quartz
how about
fests
Aaron?
and all these ham fests and all this other stuff.
You know, you can always drive south, man. No one's keeping you up north.
That was a 10-hour drive for me.
We determined you live 40 minutes from Aaron, right, Aaron? What,
Yeah,
is
we
it
can
40
talk on the
minutes,
repeater.
20
Well, we
minutes?
talked on the local repeater, so we're close enough.
There you go, then.
Is
Now he's
anybody
gonna
here
try-
going to Dayton?
I might.
I'm going.
I want
I'm
to
not
go.
able to make Dayton.
I would like to. I'm not going to be able to make it. I would like to, though.
I don't
Me
know
and
if my
Carlos
local
run
club's
in the
doing a
ship
ham
there.
fest the same day. So
I might be
don't know.
there too.
Chuck, me and Carlos.
Alcatraz. Oh yeah, we were supposed to activate Alcatraz when dude was
NAYO,
here.
you are
You know,
correct.
let me look on a map and see if there's a let me see if there's a drop zone near Dayton.
A drop zone.
There's an airport. There's an airport not too far away.
Yeah, but you have to have
Bust, Brian.
what do you call it? A NOTAM filed in order to jump at a specific airport.
You could drop right into the fest and not pay, and then they could arrest you.
Right. Right.
Carlos
right to
doesn't
the
make any
tailgate
travel
area.
plans without scoping out the drop zones.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause that way you can make
believe it or
money.
not, that's true, right?
No, he does,
Xenia.
but he also has to find a Culver's on the way.
Oh God. Oh. You had to bring
Carlos?
that up, didn't you? My
Oh,
stomach was
Carlos,
fine for the night, but you had to bring that up.
Carlos, there will always be things that come up when your face is on the stream. All right, it's going to be the KD9 OLN antenna. All right, which is still the best antenna that's out there for testing for radios. Okay, and also your Culver's trip. Okay, because you couldn't find your way to find an Impossible Burger.
There was
So you went
nothing
to-
nearby, man. All right, so Xenia, Dayton. So the nearest skydiving place is in Middletown. I'm actually familiar with that place, but I'm guessing it's probably 2 hours from Xenia.
Mike's got a point.
The win.
Can you guys see that?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
hold on.
Wow.
Bring it full screen. Oh, very cool, Chuck.
Four
You guys
on
are.
the cubicle.
It's an exclusive. I'll bring that, Natalie. You can work. You know, since you have the 705, we can work 2 meters, and you can do all your contacts on 2 meters in LA. Guaranteed.
Sorry, was that a
Well,
quad?
Carlos, my wife
Yes.
says Middletown to Xenia is only about an hour,
Yes,
but it depends on
cubicle
who's
quad.
driving.
I just looked it up. It says 42 minutes on the map. So
Yeah,
that may be
she's
doable.
from Dayton. My wife is.
Okay. So
42 miles.
I'll if since it's that close, I will probably bring my gear and do a parachute, mobile jump or two at the Hamfest.
There you go.
I won't land at the Hamfest. I can't do that. But
Carlos,
I'll
just make
come
sure
up
you use
to,
the talking frequency.
Carlos, wind takes you off track at times.
not that far.
Oh, come on. Any zone could be a drop zone if you're fast enough.
Exactly.
It's not the drop I'm worried about. It's a sudden stop at the bottom.
It's that sudden halting motion, right?
We've talked about this.
Natalie, would you ever jump out of an airplane with some
would
ham
be a
radio
negative.
gear?
Negative.
No. Okay.
I did one time jump out of a high window as one time only. I was a stunt person in a film, one time only. And I did jump out of a high window onto an inflatable mattress.
So Natalie, here's the thing. Hear me out. You're going to Dayton.
Yeah.
I'm going to Dayton.
Yes.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Middletown's not that
Proposal.
far.
Here comes the proposal. Here, I knew it.
Hear me out. Let's do a tandem. Okay. Tandem means
He's talking about
right
jumping
there,
out of the plane.
You're hooked up to me.
Oh, out of the question.
Wait.
You had to explain that to him, Carlos.
Bicycle. Tandem
He's like,
bike.
"What's this tandem thing?"
Let me
Tandem
finish.
bicycles. He's like,
So here's the thing.
Carlos is strapped to your back. He jumps out of the airplane. You pull the chute.
yeah, that's what it.
Hear me
You
out.
scream. You scream.
We ride to altitude. If when we get to the door, you decide, really, I don't want to do this, all you have to do is say no, no, no.
3 times.
Sure,
No.
that sounds like
Be out
go,
the door
go,
by
go.
the second
So,
no.
If you can get out the door before the third no, sorry.
Very good job.
The most
Hang on.
appealing part of this whole proposition is the TikTok of watching Carlos then do it from the plane.
Yeah, but see,
And
well,
me
the whole time
having
you're
to-
falling, you're going to be doing ham radio, talking to people on the radio
Right.
while you're
And
falling.
you could be live. You could be live TikToking.
I could
making
be live. I'm
contact.
allowed to go
She
live
could
now.
record Carlos on her TikTok while he does the contacts.
Yeah.
Natalie, let's rethink this, Natalie. Let's just rethink
No.
this.
Just say it.
She has to do the contacts.
Yeah,
Why?
because I'm flying a parachute.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like
I like.
Well, Carlos
Ron
can provide her with the footage to put
I'll
on
bring
the
my hand
TikTok.
cam with me. I have a glove for my GoPro. I'll film
Wait,
you.
here's the thing, Carlos.
no,
There's
no.
something about your proposal that doesn't, like, even I wouldn't accept it. You see, you have the parachute, and the person who you're attached to doesn't have a backup parachute. Like,
This is ridiculous.
would like if we're talking like, you know, double, 2 lines, 3 lines of safety here, I would expect, even though you're the principal parachuter and going to pull the cord, if those buckles or connection ever come undone, I'm shit out of luck if I don't
They
have
don't.
something. No, I don't. Listen, Carlos, I'm not going to take your word on it. Okay, I want to have my own.
Carlos,
safety.
we build, we learn.
Like,
There are
He had-
there are
he has a
four
ch-
buckles on the harness.
Have you not seen the movies? He would swoop down and grab you back by the harness.
Right.
And,
Listen,
and
he ain't
let
no
me-
Tom Cruise.
Put it back
Okay?
up and go.
Carlos
He
is
is
like
no Tom
Iron Man.
Cruise. That's all I
Carlos
gotta
is
say.
Iron Man, Tony Stark coming in. He's gonna
Yes.
scoop her right up, and he's going to be like, "Hey, how you doing? CQ, CQ." He wouldn't miss a beat. Carlos would not miss a beat.
Guys,
And then Natalie
if
would-
the last if the last 30 years of Marvel movies and superhero movies told you anything, the first thing you can do to tell the quality of a superhero is look at the face. Look at Carlos's face, okay? He
I
cannot
take him.
swoop in like Iron Man. He
Yes, he
doesn't
can.
fly like Superman. I'm
No,
not
but he's like
putting
the
my
old
life into his
cartoon, Captain
hands.
Caveman.
I need
Captain
I need to
Caveman.
have a backup to the backup. Okay?
So the thing is,
Aaron for the
back
win.
to
I
the
have
back.
the best beard.
the man's got a face
that?
like a lion, man. I mean,
You know what? Carlos
He's
borrowed my
happy.
trimmer the other day.
Aaron's
He asked
right.
me to borrow my trimmer. He came back. He had the same beard. I said, "You didn't use it?" He goes, "Yes, I did."
Phil's been seeing the memes I've been posting.
If you don't get it, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh my
Sorry.
God!
I've had so much whiskey tonight.
But his beard, Carlos's beard, is like what they put on you in the movies. They pay a makeup artist to stick a
I mean,
beard on that looks
it-
like
There's some side volume that isn't there that's from my hair, but
it's a ferocious beard.
thank you.
Well, how about Beer Snack? But look at Beer Snack. Look at that ginger boy. Look at him.
Beer snack, he wins for color. I mean,
Oh, look at him.
truly
Look
the
at
best color. I mean, look at
Molson,
it.
no, Molson. It's
Beer
just not
snack
going to work.
inspired me.
There you go.
It's
why
just
do
not
you
gonna
keep
work.
that at your desk?
Molson wins for this little guy. What do you
We've
call
had that
this
for
little-
50
flavor saver?
shows now.
No, look, it goes.
I've just got straight too much gray going.
You know what, Natalie? Maybe you know TikTok. You ever heard of Rooster? No. Maybe I'll try and message you to later. But anyways, it goes to something we're talking about before the show. Anyways, I still stand by it. If I ever was to lose 150 pounds so I can skydive with Carlos, I would need to have my own backup parachute and then be strapped to Carlos.
Well, the thing is, you have your own backup parachute. It's
I
attached
mean,
to
the
me.
one that's on you. Yeah, I know. See that? No.
We have
See,
two
he
parachutes.
he's going to put one on the
Okay,
front
you
of
want
him.
me-
So when he pulls it, it's going to
Carlos-
smack him in the face and knock him out as he goes down.
Carlos, here's the thing. You want to get really honest with this. You're asking me to trust the guy to pull the parachute. It's the same guy who is transmitting into a dummy load, trying to make contacts for 50
Apples and
minutes
oranges.
during a contest.
Apples and oranges.
Not gonna happen.
I'm a professional
happen.
skydiver. I'm just an amateur radio operator.
Ooh, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
There it is.
Someone put fuel on the fire there. Stop it.
Listen, I'm a professional skydiver.
When did you start skydiving?
2011 was my first jump. I got my license in 2012.
And how
why
many
did
jumps
you
you
want
have?
to
in?
do it?
I saw the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights is the U.S. Army parachute team. when I was 4 years old, and I always said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And my wife got sick and tired of hearing me say, I'm going to do that. And she got me a tandem. Actually, she got me 2 tandems for my birthday one year. She's basically said, put up or shut up. Either go do it or don't, but you're
I was
done.
going to say that.
Smart.
Right? And then she said, by the way, I gave you 2. If you want me to go with you, you can give me one of those. And yeah, absolutely. Let's go. So we went the next year and hooked. Like, I'm done. Forget it. I'm done.
Wow.
Carlos, how many jumps do you have as of right now? Do you have under your belt?
I don't know off the top of my head, something like 1,200 jumps.
1,200 jumps.
1,300 jumps.
Holy smoke.
That's
There's
really
been
not
no
a lot.
problem. There's been no problem since.
None.
So
None.
to
Wow.
Molson's point, you've done 1,200 without no problems.
Yeah,
Because you're here today with us.
exactly.
Well, wait. Just because he's here doesn't mean there never were any problems.
Oh, there haven't been any
Right.
problems. I haven't even really through at all.
No, it was actually pretty convenient when she passed away, but it was okay.
Well, it's all right. Did you hear Carlos's partner's got a shoot for sale. You know, it was only used once. It never opened, but there's a small stain on it.
Carlos, you said you do it professionally. How does one earn a living being a skydiver?
Very difficult.
Taking people with him.
So tandem instructors get paid, right? So you pay the tandem skydiving. You pay the skydiving center a fee for a tandem. Call it $250 ballpark. Average around the nation is about $250. And actually, I used to be an inch shorter.
So what happens when you land on your back?
And then out of that 250, the owner of the drop zone keeps some. The owner, they pay some to the pilot. They pay some for fuel and for aircraft maintenance and this, that, and the other. Some of it goes to the skydiver, to the tandem instructor. Some of it goes towards gear and gear maintenance and so on and so forth. End of the day, everybody gets a piece of the pie, and that's how you make a living. There are full-time tandem instructors that make a very good living. And there's also full-time tandem instructors and AFF instructors that can barely make ends meet. So it just depends on where you are and how busy your drop zone is and whatnot, but you can definitely make a living. I work with a team of exceptionally phenomenal skydivers that make a living doing this. Skydiving is a side job for me. But, I would say 90% of the staff where I work is full-time skydiving. They haven't seen a winter in as long as they've been skydiving because they'll, the Midwest starts getting cold and they go south. And then the south starts getting, the southern hemisphere starts getting cold. They come north and they just go back and forth. The coldest temperature they see in any year is maybe 50 degrees.
That definitely seems like one of those jobs where you hear about people saying it's not like a job. You're just doing what you love. So.
It can be, right? I have found myself at times going, oh, why am I doing this? There's a certain demographic that I'm not going to get into specifics about, but there's a certain demographic that I can go to any tandem instructor and say the words, and they're going to go, oh.
Fat people like me. Don't be afraid to say it. Fat people like
the
me.
Canadians. It's
Okay?
the damn Canadians.
There you go. So
Another
just
Canadian. That makes your job near impossible. They come in groups.
Oh.
Right. So let's say our airplane will hold 6 tandems, 12 people, right? A couple of videographers because some people are going to get outside video. Well, they come in a group of 30 and they want all 30 to go at the same time. Like, first of all, we don't have the staff for that. Second of all, the airplane can't do that. Third of all, even if we had the staff for that, we don't have enough rigs for that, right? So not going to happen. And then, Jody.
Jody.
We're not reading that one. We're not reading.
I'll read it. Do tandem instructors make more money if they have 2 passengers at the same time? That would seem to be a benefit of the threesome.
So
Let's be good.
I am
So
being
the
good
thing is,
tonight.
So that's one item, right? And then the other item is part of the requirement for me to take you on a skydive is I have to give you a minimum briefing. I need A, B, and C from you, period. If you can do A, B, and C, we can go for the skydive. They never let you finish, and I have to finish it. I have to legally finish that description. I've been on YouTube. I've watched the videos. I'm like, listen, you haven't heard what I have to say. You need to shut the hell up and let me talk and listen, okay? And they make your life near impossible. And of course, because they didn't pay attention, you go out the door and instead of arching, they're like Gumby, and you know it makes it impossible for you to fly even, and it makes it hard. It makes so yes, when that crowd rolls in, I just kind of go.
I'm racking my brains because you can't say it. I don't want you to say it, but
I won't.
my imagination's like, what's the crowd? I'm thinking,
The thing is, it's not.
Let's
all,
move on.
It's not all of those people, but it's always those people.
I'm just gonna
I'll say it after we end.
And I will say, that it is not a skin color. It is a specific region of the world. That's it.
All right, listen, guys, we're coming up to the top of the hour, and as customary, we need to kind of start going around and tie up the shoelaces and put the parachute away and repack it, and you know.
Coming on that jump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Aaron.
Yeah.
What do you got going on besides some? Tell everyone about some 3D and projects and anything else you got going on down there.
We're still playing with that 3D printer, printing all kinds of stuff, and working on that satellite tracking project that's coming right along. Get all the components for the GPS and the controller and all that to tell the servos what to do and be up and running. So we did a little test the other day, and it was trying to track a satellite, so I know it's going to work.
Good. So guys, follow Aaron on Pinterest. Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on YouTube.
Pinterest. People still use Pinterest?
Not Pinterest. I'm sorry. Instagram.
There you go.
Sorry. Brain fart.
Instaface.
Carlos, what about you? Besides parachuting, Carlos, anything else you got going on?
I'm going to put out a video hopefully this week, maybe next, about some awesome things you can find at a thrift store for ham radio.
Okay, cool. That's something different. Nice. Hey, Chuck, we're just going around the room to say goodbye. You want any last words? Last call?
Yeah, I just I had to do the same. I need to get out of here too. Natalie, it was great meeting you down in Quartz Fest. Hopefully, these other guys, I'll get to meet them someday, and we definitely will try to get a hold of you next time. Because Javi, every time I go down to my son's house, Javi sets up some kind of a soda for us. So we'll try to let you know. We'll try to let you know ahead of time too, not last minute.
That'd be awesome. Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks, guys, for having me on. It was
anytime,
awesome.
Chuck. Great
to see you. Pleasure to have you, Chuck.
Great seeing you, Chuck.
Good seeing you guys. I got to get out of here though.
Yep.
All right.
Have a
Good
good
night, man.
Bye, Chuck.
Listen, if the audience doesn't know already, including myself, just finding out about this wonderful lady here who's doing some great things, not only in the hobby but so many other forms of what she does in her professional life and her interests, her social media. Guys, please, I can't say it enough. Natalie Gray, look her up. Glam Ham on TikTok, and you're going to have fun. You're really, really going to have fun. And Natalie, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate you coming out, hanging out with 2 hours with the boys here. That says a lot. Even if you don't want to jump out of a plane, I get it. But I think just hanging out 2 hours with us, you still earn your wings as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, what I'm excited about is that I just met you all for the first time, and I was invited to jump out of a plane with someone. Like, that's in 2 hours of meeting a man, and I'm asked to jump out of a plane.
Well, usually Carlos wants to push somebody out. So,
well, thank you guys all for having me. Seriously, I've absolutely loved this, and you're all amazing. And I've looked everybody up on YouTube and your different things, and everybody's just awesome. So thank you for having me on.
Do not be a stranger. We say that very sincerely. You're welcome to the roster. You're officially on the roster now as a club member. Do not be a stranger here to do anything with us. I'm sure if any of us want to do anything with you on TikTok or somewhere else on YouTube, again, it could be really, really fun to partner with you. I could see.
Yeah,
I could see a
brilliant.
bunch
I
of
love
us
that.
and everything. So, Molson, what do you got going on there, brother?
Not much. I'm just super happy. We had a great time tonight. Obviously, jokes and all put aside. It's never meant in bad humor or whatever. And I just appreciate everybody coming. I don't know what's happening on the channel, but maybe one day you'll be blessed with a video. Natalie, just a little word of caution. When we grow up as kids, our parents say don't take candy from somebody in a white van. My suggestion for you, and it's no, I'm not implying anything at all. That's not what this joke is about. Never accept any jumping out of an airplane from a white airplane. That's all I got to say. And it's kind of the same category. Don't trust the people inside of them. And Carlos, I love you, buddy. But until I get my own backup parachute, it ain't ever going to happen. And before that even is a possibility, I got to lose weight. So thank the Lord I'm protected. I'm covered by both backup parachute and, well, I'm never going to be in the weight class to jump with you.
I'll call your wife
Besides
and
that,
have her
people,
make
I
you
love
a
you all and
vegetarian.
you're awesome. Huh?
I'll call your wife and have her make you a vegetarian.
Listen. I you know what? When we talked about that, quick sidebar here. Seeing as our friend Natalie here was a Canadian, remember the great restaurant Harvey's? Remember that?
Harvey's
restaurant?
Harvey's?
Harvey's.
Harvey's with the burgers.
Harvey's Burgers.
Yeah.
They had, and this is coming from a guy who has cows outside, lots of beef in the fridge. Their veggie burger was the best burger. The best veggie burger ever. You remember those? You ever had those veggie burgers from Harvey's? All I got to say is I would eat one of those in a heartbeat.
Wow.
I love how we came full circle. With
Yeah,
the
we
veggie
did.
burgers.
Listen, we always come full circle.
Veggie, ham radio, and sound. But we left out the parachuting, but still the sounds.
Sound next time.
Sound. Steve.
You know what's going to happen tonight? Is
What?
everybody who's been drinking too much during the show, they're going to end and they're going to be looking at their table. They're going to be like hamburger, and they're going to try and speak into existence a hamburger. That's what's going to happen.
The power of persuasion.
The power of E equals MC square. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, love you all. Thank you for being here tonight.
Sirloin steak. Ribeye. Oh, no, I already had that.
Ribs.
Angus beef.
So,
Who's next?
Steve.
yep. So yeah, I've got some yard work coming up this weekend. I may record digging the hole for the tower and at least putting the rebar in there. That means I got to go buy the rebar, but there's that. And yeah, just getting my videos finalized, and like I said, I've got 3 ready to go, and I should have probably 3 more by the end of the weekend. So
You're moving along.
good stuff.
Man. You're moving along with that project. That's good. Beer snack.
Yes, Don.
How you doing, brother?
I've been good tonight.
I'm glad. Yes, you have something. You really have. You were not hiding under a rock. You didn't fall off the.
Is he still talking while he's bending away from the?
Yeah, I did. No, my water. I thought I dropped my water, and well, I mean, I'm not a.
Don, you shouldn't have the water breaking problem.
Right. I was just gonna say I'm not a woman, and I'm sure as hell not pregnant. If I am, you better call National Enquirer. Make some money.
So everyone here who's hanging out with us in the chat, you guys are awesome. Thank you everybody for buying us beers and super chats, and for everybody that showed up late. You guys have had your assignments. We had somebody for the empties, and our last guy here, he's on toilet duty. And then Tony KJ7SHW admitted that this is his first episode that he's been here, and welcome. And I hope that you enjoy everything else on Team Replay. Thank you, man. Ed's got the correct pronunciation of it, Don. It's Wooder. That's how it goes. Wooder. So I have another note here. Thursday night is FT8 off. Again, I might not be making it for this week, not because I fell asleep, Carlos, but because I've company coming over, so I might not make it. Mike's got me laughing. I refused my assignment. Also start over. Anyway, so yeah, but FT8 off is Thursday nights. It's a blast. 1 hour. of just sprinting and just playing FT8. There's instruction videos on my channels. There's a link in the Toads Discord. There's information everywhere. Carlos has fun. Carlos enjoys himself. He's the butt of all the jokes, and it's great to just watch Carlos figure out why he can't make contacts. It's part of the show, and it's not a shtick. Carlos really can't make contacts. It's great. Anyway, so and then Shane's like sitting here throwing notes in here.
Yes,
this side of the radio,
we got it. We got you.
This side of the radio, he's telling us. All right, we've got the giveaway. Remember, share your story. All right, as your ham radio story. I feel I have to be very specific about this. Your ham radio story.
It's not the Crash Course podcast. We're okay.
No, I'm just watching Daniel just break out a freaking Boston
cream
donut.
What are you eating?
He's got Timmy's. He's got Timmy's.
I
Is that
need
a
to
jackass? Oh,
did you
Thank
bring
you.
enough for the rest of us?
I
Good
have to bow.
night, Natalie. It was wonderful to have you. Thank you for
Thank you,
coming.
Natalie.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Great to see you.
Is that a Boston cream?
This is a Boston cream. My wife just got home. She brought me
How
coffee.
does the Canadians get the Boston creams imported in? They're from Boston.
Somebody fills them up for him. All right, so hamradioclubhouse.com.
Hold on.
That's good. Oh, wipe it. No, Molson.
I'm
God,
not.
I
I'm
love
not.
that guy.
Anyway,
Hold on. Jody says eating his anti-tandem gut medicine. Yes.
There you go.
This is my guarantee.
all right. So anyway, hamradioclubhouse.com. All right, sign up or use the link, enter in for our 1,000 giveaway. We are at episode 50, boys and ladies and people and hams. We're almost at a year, guys. We've been doing this for a while.
I know, man.
And
Our 1 year anniversary is coming
It's
up.
been an adventure, and I'm glad to say I'm enjoying this adventure with you guys. With that being said, Shane would like us to let you know that this side of the radio is having a giveaway. For more details, click the link that Joe just dropped after the show or whatever. We'll link it in the description and send it out there. But Shane's having a subscriber giveaway.
Shane also has a TikTok channel that's doing better than Joe. So make sure when you're done going to Shane's, go to Joe Brett's TikTok also.
Okay, so get that one. Did I get all the announcements? All the good and welfare? Well, we're all good. None of us are on welfare, right?
No.
Right.
All right.
For now.
Have fun, people. Enjoy
Wait, he's got
yourselves.
2 donuts. Look at him. He's got 2 donuts.
He's trying to gain the weight so that he doesn't
How
have to.
many
Good
more
night,
donuts?
everybody.
What else you got in the bag over there? What you got in your bag?
I'm
Good
gonna
night, everybody.
Joe, I'm gonna pass this over to you, man. It's here you go.
Oh shoot! Pulled Izzo.
Is that so bad?
Oh, my turn to talk? Is that what you were doing? I thought you was
Yeah.
going to hit the end stream button. Crap. So I got to do this. So
You got to talk, and then Izzo's gonna say goodnight to everybody, and that's how we usually go. Unless you want me to do the closing.
73, enjoyed
Joe-
everybody hanging out with us again. Go ahead, Beer Snack.
So Joe's gonna say something, and then Izzo's gonna say something, and then we're gonna end the stream. So are we good there?
Yeah.
Is
Yes,
that
sir.
what the show notes say? All right,
That's
good.
a plan.
All right.
That's a plan.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't look at the notes, but
We
Yeah.
have notes.
I've got nothing planned. But I'll try to get something worked up. I got to try to get that giveaway deal going to say thank you back to all the people that have subscribed and enjoyed the content. And thank you for hanging out the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Good to see most of y'all at the Saturday and Sunday morning shows of our brothers at Coffee and Ham Radios and Carlos and Beer Snack and everybody at the FT8 off. Go ahead, Izzo. Appreciate you being here.
All right, guys. For next week, before anybody runs, Tom, N3WS is scheduled to be on the show as our guest. If you don't know Tom, you will know Tom by the end of next week's show. He's a fantastic ham radio operator, humanitarian. He's doing a lot of things in ham radio. I'm very excited having this guy on board. He's got a great YouTube channel. You want to know a little bit more before, go check him out. I'm here on Tuesday nights. Big shout out to the guys up in the 911 center in Middletown, to my brothers, the Raw Boys. Keep it real, and that's all I got to say right now.
Mike, screw you, buddy. He took a screenshot. Did you see the screenshot he took of me?
Yep.
No, I didn't.
Go to everybody. If you're not part of the Ham Radio Clubhouse Discord, hit it up. The link should be in any of the videos. They're putting screenshots of me with cream on my face and everything else. So
You did it.
You did it. It's your
I know.
fault. You're
I know,
that.
but it's funny. It's funny. Anyways, are we saying good night?
Hams.
Say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Thanks
everybody.
for joining us.
Hey.
We'll see you next week.
70.
Good night, Sue. 88s.